In this video, we're going to talk more about measures of variation. So we talked about the range and interquartile range. They don't use all of the data points when you're computing them. Two measures of variation that do take into account all of the values are the variance and standard deviation. Variance and standard deviation are related. Standard deviation is the square root of the variance. So again, we have two symbols, just like we had for mean. One is sigma. We use sigma when we're talking about a population standard deviation. And the other one is S, which we use if we're talking about the standard deviation of a sample. So the theme here is that Greek letters are used for population, sigma and mu, and regular letters, Latin letters, are used if we are talking about a sample. X bar and S are used for sample. So there's two symbols for the variance that come from the fact that the standard deviation is the square root of the variance. The variance is sigma squared or S squared. Sigma squared, again, if it's a population, and S if it's a sample. Now, unlike the mean we calculate the same whether we're talking about a population or a sample. We always add up the numbers and divide by how many there are. The formulas for calculating S and sigma are slightly different. And you can calculate standard deviation by hand. It is possible, but it's a little bit tedious, especially if the data set is large. So we're just going to use Minitab. So looking at example 312, we have the number of defects for 10 client accounts, and we want to calculate the sample variance and sample standard deviation. So I'm going to show you how to do this in Minitab. I've already entered the data into the spreadsheet part of Minitab. Then I'm going to go to Stat, Basic Statistics, and Display Descriptive Statistics as usual. And I'm going to select to calculate standard deviation and variance and uncheck all of the other boxes. And here are my results. My standard deviation is 2.449 and my variance is 6.0. Now again, if you need more digits after the decimal point than Minitab gives you, you would click on the value that you need to change to highlight it in light blue. Click on the drop down arrow and then you see the option to change the number of decimal points that are displayed. And that's how you calculate standard deviation and variance, which are two measures of variation.